Greetings and welcome to an all-you-can-get Gamecast. I'm your host, Corey, and with me is Mike Snitty
So,
and Tony Korkanakis.
Yo,
I forgot to say my last name and it screwed me up a little bit. I was like, oh, well, we're just going through it.
that's
Jim's not with us tonight. He's got some personal things going on, so as soon as he'll be back, we'll share what's going on potentially. But yeah, he's out, so you got us tonight. We are going to be covering some of the stuff we got this week and last week because we didn't get to podcast last week. So let's get right into it. And what have we been up to, Mike? What have you been gaming recently?
been a lot. It's been 2 weeks now because we missed last week, like you said.
Yep.
I'll do the main. Well, I did a couple little things. It was my wife's birthday, and she doesn't play too many like hardcore games, but I tried some little things with her. So, played a Wheel of Fortune thing that was on
Oh,
Game Pass,
okay.
and but also Sonic Racing Crossworlds I got with some GameStop credit.
Oh,
Since we're not gonna do the Switch 2, I don't think. And it's an interesting sort of alternative to Mario Kart. That's the best way to describe it. It's a little more attitude. There's talking and taunting between the characters a lot, but it's the same idea. Um, no, it's fun, pretty cool. But otherwise, also maximizing my Game Pass in these last month or two that I probably have it. Um, I played Ninja
okay.
Gaiden 4
Okay.
through. I finished it.
Oh, damn.
Um, yes. Ninja
Is
Gaiden
that
4.
short or is it just like you just blitz through like 20 hours
Little
worth of game?
it was about 20 hours total. It's it's interesting because I played like two and two black before, but I never got too far in it.
Hmm.
This felt there's some it was hard for me to put my finger on why, but it's just a little bit better like combat wise to me, a little more addictive.
Hmm.
Um, the story's dopey. The level design is pretty old fashioned. Um, it feels like you're playing something from like 2008, really. But
In a good way or a
combat
bad way?
depends on what you think. Like if you like your like flat terrain and go one direction, but if you go around a corner, you'll pick up a collectible. That's fine. Or or some on rails, sort of like swinging, climbing, flying segments. Not quite on rails, but it's close. And you grind like Sonic or Shadow, yeah, a lot too. Um, no, the combat is good. That's what you're there for. That's what it keeps you in it. It's a little bit of my Halloweeny game, and you're spent like half the time in like the underworld in that game. But it was fun enough, and I got through to the end, and you know, so after that, to continue my sort of ninja vibe, and also to finish up my GameStop gift cards, I did get Ghost of Yote, so I've started that since then as well, and
Okay.
it's good. It's about what I expected. Definitely is a little more to it so far, I would say. Not a lot, but there's more layers to how like you just more a little more going on in the open world than in the first game so far, and all the side stories, side quests, your character is sure to like try to make it relevant to the main quest. She'll be like, "Hey, I helped you, but by the way, where's this person I'm looking for?" Which is the main quest. It's like, okay, that makes sense. It feels a little more organic, but you really get sidetracked a lot. And if a fox or a bird or something's trying to pull you somewhere, you're like, I don't want to like not go that way since I'm here. So you really get sidetracked a lot. It takes a while to make progress in this game, but it feels good. Although coming off of the Ninja Gaiden game, it feels a little simple and like slow, but just different types of games.
Yeah.
But I like it so far. I'll keep going with it.
Cool.
So
Yeah, no, everybody I've talked to or mentioned that game, they said they liked it better so far than the first one. So that's a good thing.
Yota?
yeah, we'll see how yeah, Yote. We'll see how it goes going forward. I see some of the broader strokes of the narrative are already pretty obvious to me. And there is a flashback mechanic that I do think is a little too frequent. I get a little annoyed with it, and the young kid voice that we
Mm.
get when we become a kid again is a little irritating to me. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's about what I expected, and I hope I'm just looking to get more stuff. It's one
Yeah.
of those games where you want to like want to get the upgraded armor, the new colors, new swords, and all that stuff. So, uh,
Awesome.
yeah, I've had it pretty good these last 2 weeks gaming wise. So
Cool.
no time really to play scary things, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, this is the season for that. And Tony, you might have mentioned that on the movie cast. What have you been gaming with us there this past couple weeks?
Couple things. So, beat Silent Hill F, um,
Nice.
Go.
and that game is game is messed up. Like you know,
Did it stick the landing for you at the end?
yeah. Like I don't.
I mean, I've heard like there's a little discourse about the ending of that game.
Yeah, well, it's one of the things where they encourage you to get multiple endings because New Game Plus, if you use your file, you can like blitz through the game. Like the first time around, it's going to take you like 10 to 15 hours, but subsequent playthroughs you can do in like 2 or something like that. Where
Oh wow.
your character's just so powerful at that point, you can skip the cutscenes, puzzles you know the answers to, so you don't need to mess around
Mm.
with that kind of stuff. So they really encourage you to like do multiple playthroughs just so you can get different endings. But there are also parts of the story that change with different replays, without getting too much into a hook on that. But yeah, like it's so messed up. There are some parts where I'm like, I can't really watch this, and it's interesting because Resident Evil and Silent Hill are always like the go-to's, like the original horror games of the PlayStation era. And while Resident Evil is more about like I don't know, undead biological horror, right? Where it's like, oh, creepy monsters. Like there's monsters in Silent Hill. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of it's just psychological, and it's just like shit. Uh, like Hinako, the main character, in this goes through so much stuff, and I'm like, wow, good for you, good on you for making it through this horror. Like I don't know how, but you did it, and good for you. But yeah, it's really cool. We have a couple endings still to go before we see I don't know, the final true one. So that's fine. But other than that, still playing 100 Line Last Defense Academy, and that game broke me actually. There's one ending I got that's like pretty much on par with Expedition 33 in terms of like I was like fucked up. I was like, what? And I wasn't expecting out of this game until like some stuff happened, and it was one of those rare instances where like not only was it the narrative, but it actually tied into the gameplay without spoiling things about it. And when the sudden realization of like what I had to do, I was like, oh, okay, well that's fucked up, but you got to like this is it.
Here now.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, like it's pretty fucked up. So yeah, that really made me elevate the game in my eyes. So I've been trying to get, I guess, what people consider like the best ending or whatever, like oh, this is the golden ending or whatever, even though it's not supposed to have one of those. But I've gone through so many of them because the prerequisites for that are like, see this ending, do this, and do that. I'm just like, holy shit, this game is intense. Like, I think I've seen 20 endings now, and
Oh wow.
I'm like, I don't know,
That's
70
just
hours.
20%.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
ending wise, but like 70 hours in. I mean, there's some things like I had one the other day where it was like literally the last day, and it's like you have option A and option B, and it's like okay, so I do option A, watch that, and then just load it up and see option B. So it's not like a full. Yeah, I don't have to do a full playthrough for that. Just like literally load up the last day. So that's really cool. And then lastly, the most recent game I've been playing is a stupid game. I didn't even have my radar until the other week where I was like, what is this thing I'm seeing? Like, it's rising in
Oh,
the
I think
charts. I think you do too. It's rising in the
yeah.
charts. I started seeing it on tweets and social media, and I was like, whatever, man, I gotta get this game. But it's called Escape from Duckov.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this like stupid, silly little indie extraction shooter game by some like 4-man Chinese team that they've been working on for years. It's technically in early access, so it's not like full release,
Right.
but it's a single player game where you play as a duck that has to go out in the world. And extraction is basically you go out and you loot whatever you want, whatever you find is all RNG, and then try to safely get back to base and store weapons and items and keys to unlock other areas, unlock buildings, etc., etc. And for me, I'm not like so. It's based off of like Escape from Tarkov, which is a huge game. I never played that one myself, but I liked the Call of Duty ripoff from a couple of years ago when it was in, I don't know, whatever the Battle Royale one was. And that was fun, but then Activision killed that support after like a year, so couldn't play that anymore. And I was like, all right, well. And this scratches that itch because it's no longer like a PvP game; it's more like a PvE thing. But it has a really fun like core gameplay loop, and all of a sudden, like I sunk like I don't know, 15 hours, something like that, in like 1 week.
Damn.
It's one of those things where it's just like, all right, I'll just do one run or like one more run, right? And then like if something bad happens, so the gimmick of this is if you die out in the world, you get one chance to go back and loot your body. But if you die, like kind of like Soulsborne, if you die on the way
Yeah.
back, that original body is just like gone, and any loot you had on it is just kiss it goodbye. So
Oof.
yeah, it's pretty crazy, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I think it did like over 100K concurrent over the weekend on Steam, which is like pretty.
That's crazy. I remember when that was like hit Steam, and I was like, "Oh, this is cute and stuff." This is a while ago
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
so I was like, "And I added it, and then I never really tried it out." But extraction shooters are all the rage. You
Yeah.
know, it's like they said, Tarkov is huge. And I actually played one that I'm very excited for. They had like a server slam, Arc
Oh, nice.
Raiders. So I
Yeah,
played
I'm
that.
hearing a lot about that. I don't really
Oh my
understand what
gosh.
it
And
is.
I'm not gonna say, hey guys, you guys should get this and then not play with you because I'm just saying, don't worry, you don't have to get this. But this is essentially similar to like Helldivers in that it's in like Duck Off because it's an extraction shooter. But it started out as a looter shooter. That's what it
Yeah.
was gonna be, you know, more in the
It's
lines
your
of
jam.
exactly. The what the heck is that called? The Division. It was
Division.
more in the lines of the Division in that sense. But then they're like, what's the best part of this? Is just the extraction part. So let's just go all in on that and focus on that. And so, what's cool is it's got PvE and PvP, obviously, because of what you're doing. You're starting off in a like underground base, and then you go and do a raid, what they call it. So it's a 30-minute raid. You go up to the surface of the world, and on the world there's going to be monsters, which are just basically robots. There's like drones and spider-like robots, and then they'll have different areas on the map where you'll be able to find and loot different items to help craft new weapons, and everything is kind of like janky because it's like a post-apocalyptic
Mm.
type of world. So it's just like you're just MacGyvering stuff
Yeah.
together.
Yep.
And so like the guns aren't like these super fancy weapons. They're just like what I can throw together, make it so they're not perfect. And there's different things you can do to make them better and upgrade your like workbenches and stuff. But every raid just feels so crazy. And I was like, it was like so intense. I was going in solo. I'd go into a raid, which is again 30 minutes to go up there. But if you die, same thing. You just well, not same thing as like the other one. This one, you die, you lose everything. Essentially, you don't really get to go back. But there's just so many intense moments. Like I was up there, I was looting stuff. I was like, oh, I found like a super rare loot. I was like, all right, do I just like try to stay up there? Because the longer you stay
Yeah.
up,
Yeah. It's
the
risky.
better experience you get.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so then it's like, oh, do I wait? But then when you gotta extract, you're setting off this alarm, and just goes like this blaring alarm, so everybody knows you're extracting, and like the monsters will know you're extracting. So you gotta like figure out, when do you want to extract, and who's around. You got to always be aware, and there's proximity chat, so like you can hear people when they're close
Oh.
to you. And so like there are moments when like there's one time I was up there and this guy was like trying to crowbar open it's like some like car or something, so you're stuck in that animation, and I see him like, oh man, do I
Just
do I
kill.
take on? I was like, I was like, nah, I'm gonna be nice. And then he goes, oh shoot. And then like as soon as he's done, he like starts shooting at me. Like, dude, I was like, no, stop. I didn't shoot you. I saw you. I didn't shoot you. He's like, sorry. And just started shooting me. I was like, no, come on, man. Like,
Wow.
I was trying to be nice.
No.
And
No.
then he looted my stuff. I was like, what the heck? So it's just like when you find
That's
that
rough.
good loot, you're like, oh man, what do I do? So it's pretty cool. I had a lot of fun in there. Excited to see it. It's coming out this week, full release. So and it's not a free to play. It's like a $40 game. so that at least there is something like not
So you're
necessarily.
you're done with Borderlands then.
I'm not done with Borderlands. Never be done with Borderlands. I still play
Corey, how
Borderlands.
many shooters can you play at once?
Not, I mean, that's the thing. Is like Borderlands is just an evergreen game. It's just always there, and like you just do quick things, raid a couple bosses. Oh, I do want to talk about the Horrors of Kairos event that they have
Mm.
going on. So Arc Raiders, check that out. It's a cool game. Borderlands 4, I did play because they have the Horrors of Kairos event. It's their Halloween event that they're doing, trying to like infuse some more new things. So more, you're gonna get exclusive loot potentially, exclusive like head skin you can get, weapon skins, and it is shit. It is the most like terrible, like laziest ass, crappy like free thing you could get. It's like so bad. So there, how it works is there are random world bosses that appear. They're not random because they kind of spawn in the same area all the time, but they randomly spawn, and there isn't like a timer anywhere that I've discovered to know when they're gonna happen. It's random.
Mm-hmm.
The only way this thing triggers is if you encounter one of those. So that is random. You have to randomly discover a world boss and then trigger that event. And then it's cool, like all these effects, Halloween stuff, and the sky turns red and it's Halloween music. And you fight the boss. And then randomly you could potentially get the exclusive stuff. But that's random
That
also.
sucks. RNG on top
So,
of RNG.
So you
yep,
could
it's
get like
RNG.
regular stuff or just nothing. Otherwise.
Well, you still get it's just still normal like loot drops you'd get, but it's RNG to get the exclusive
Hmm.
for this event, which is only 2 weeks long. Uh, for that, so it's like RNG on top of RNG.
Yeah.
So there's no way to just like, oh, I want to be a part of this Halloween thing because I only have 2 weeks. Like maybe you only have a weekend to
Yeah.
do this, and you miss it.
Yeah. Hope you
You
get
don't.
lucky.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Have fun with that.
Thanks, Randy.
Yep. So I was like, wow, this is horse shit. Like, why even bother with it?
Yeah.
It
It
was
is.
like you
It
couldn't
is
just
pretty
have.
close to regular release for like an event. I mean, obviously it's
It's
Halloween,
not
so
even
we'll
an
do it
event. It's
then.
just like you randomly discover. And it's like, oh, this is
Okay.
cool. Like if they didn't even advertise and somebody found it, that would be interesting. Or if they didn't have exclusive loot tied to it, uh, you could just be like, hey, everyone gets these skins. Here's a code for it. And then you randomly discover something. That would be interesting. But because there's RNG on top of RNG, and you have to invest all this time to maybe get something that maybe you won't get
Yeah, it's
because maybe
horseshit.
you get it, it's stupid.
They'll
It
bring
was
it back next
so
year. They'll bring it back next year.
they're gonna bring back more. Like every holiday, they'll probably have something stupid like this now, and it's like just sets
Well,
expectations for me, for like, oh well, when Christmas comes around, they're gonna have some Christmas holiday
well,
bull
hopefully they
crap.
get the feedback by then and change
Yeah,
things.
it's and I love this game, and so it's like this is so disappointing. Holy crap!
Yep.
All right, let's go. Let's move on. We're gonna get into some news because it just gets more disappointing.
No.
With the news as we can see. So let's start with non-disappointing. Let's get some good things going on here. And that is you can actually play Halo on your PlayStation. We're gonna get the Combat Evolved, Mike.
Campaign.
How? Sorry, Campaign Evolved
There's no multi.
remake of the Combat
Campaign.
Evolved game. So we are. I think this is one of the most you know, secretive rumors. Like, no, it's
This
it's
is one
so
of the worst
obvious.
kept secrets.
Yeah, exactly. It was so obvious this was happening. And we are going to get Halo on PlayStation. It is going to be a full remake of the Combat Evolved
Oh,
game. No multiplayer?
No player versus player. There
apparently
is
there's
multiplayer
co-ops.
co-op,
Yeah.
but
Right. Okay. So co-op, but campaign. That's why it's called Campaign Evolved. How are we feeling, Mike?
Well, it's interesting because I've never played this campaign. I've only played like 3 forward,
Whoa,
and
whoa,
I
whoa,
never
whoa,
really
whoa.
played.
What? You've
Never
never
played the
played
first one.
Combat Evolved?
I
what?
never had the original Xbox. No.
But you've had Master
Master
Chief
Chief
Collection.
Collection.
It's for multiplayer. I don't give a
Okay.
fuck honestly about the Halo's campaigns. To be
This
perfectly
is
honest.
shocking, right? We've been doing this podcast for a decade more and more, and I've never known this. I was like,
No,
what?
this was. I've used to say this, and I've got pushback from you guys. Like, the story of Halo is just generic sci-fi slop as far as I'm concerned. but soldier guy shoots the aliens. The end. Um,
Okay.
I've typically played the campaigns 3 and forward just once to just sort of train for multiplayer. That's what Halo is for. So this does very little for me. Obviously, if I wanted to, I could play in Master Chief Collection this campaign. I don't know how different it's going to be. It obviously looks like it's a big visual upgrade here for this game, but it's fine. This doesn't do anything for me though.
Okay. No,
Halo's for multiplayer for me.
I'm lost for words there. Tony, are you excited for this, or are you just like over it now?
No,
It's
fuck
just
it. Like, this is the third time like they're releasing it, and it's just half the game. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the campaign was good back in the day, and even for the 10th anniversary, like, yeah, sure, I could see the or whatever anniversary it was, where it's like, okay, yeah, like they
Mhm.
remade it on what, Xbox One or whatever. But like between those two versions, like the game looks fine. Like I wasn't really asking or wanting a 4K Super HD whatever with like remade assets. I was like, all right, like it's cool, but like again, it's the package. It's the package deal, and there's already a
Yeah.
serviceable one with the Master Chief Collection, which is dirt cheap. On
Get
Xbox, on
more than
PC,
that.
you get more. You get the whole fuck. You get what 4 games worth or whatever the hell it is, and this is like, so like this is just a big giant shrug to me. Like, if this was 343's plan to like get people excited about the future of Halo, they fucking whiffed it.
I mean,
Yeah.
the rumors about something Halo coming to PlayStation, you were wondering if it'd be maybe a new game, an actual new game, not a remaster of the oldest game without one of its defining features. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, we're
man,
definitely getting a new game. It's just this was such a bad like stopgap, right?
Also, is it now Halo Studios? Is like 343 gone? Like
yeah,
what's
they
going on
changed their
there?
Oh
name
yeah,
on
yeah.
purpose to just sort of distance themselves from themselves. So, um,
It's so
we'll see how
funny.
that works out for them. But
All right.
uh, yeah.
Well,
So
let's move it on.
you phrased that as good news, and we
I
were
know.
like,
I was
eh,
like, oh
let's
no.
shit
I
on that.
thought people would be more excited about Halo coming to PlayStation. I mean, it's more of a betrayal, right? I guess.
Well, I mean, this is it, right? Like
Betrayal.
we've talked about this about how, I mean, even fucking Phil has talked about if we lose our way with Halo, we lose our way with Xbox or whatever. Like this is it. Like there should
Yep.
be no
It's already
doubt or
happened.
questions in anybody's mind that um, Xbox is its own brand of console exclusivity with consoles with exclusive. It's over. It's done. Like there's nothing left. Corey, if you scroll down, one of the last things I posted was Ty Nadella had an interview on I think
Mm,
MSNBC or something like that.
yep.
Can you read that? Like it's a kind of a paragraph, but
Yeah, so here
Oof,
we go. It's gonna be a little long here.
good luck.
Satya Nadella speaking to TBPN, transcribed by GameFile. Remember, the biggest gaming business is Windows business. To us, gaming on Windows. And of course, Steam has built a massive marketplace on top of it and done very successful job of it. So, to us, the way we are thinking about gaming is let's first of all, we are now the largest publisher after Activision deal. So, therefore, we want to be fantastic publisher. So, similar to the approach of what we did with Office, like the Office apps that you're speaking
yeah,
of.
Microsoft's
We're
Office.
going to be everywhere on every platform. We want to make sure whether it's consoles, whether it's PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's cloud gaming or on the TV. So we just want to make sure games are being enjoyed by gamers everywhere. Second, we want to do innovative work in the system side on the console and on PC. And it's kind of funny that people think about the console PC as two different things. Ooh, wonder why. uh, we built the console because we wanted to build a better PC, which could then perform gaming. So I kind of want to revisit some of that conventional wisdom. But at the end of the day, console has an experience that is unparalleled. It delivers performance that's unparalleled, which it does not, that pushes, I think, the system forward. So I'm really looking forward to the next console, the next PC gaming, but not but most importantly, the game business model has to be where we have to innovate or invent maybe some new interactive media as well. Because after all, gaming's competition is not other gaming. Gaming's competition is short form video. And so, if we as an industry don't continue to innovate both how we produce, what we produce, how we think about distribution, the economic model based way to innovate is to have good margins because that's the way you can fund because that's the way you can fund the business, I guess. It just period right there.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. He ranted for a bit, but
So
you know.
this is all bullshit.
yeah.
So whatever. That's just my take on all of that. You lost, and now you're pivoting to some bullshit that was like, well, why should anyone compete with anybody? The end.
Yeah, well he's basically saying we want to make Office the
Right.
uh
And he wants
Xbox
it to,
Office gaming.
and he wants games to compete more with TikTok. So that sounds great. That's what we're doing. We're competing with TikTok.
Well, I mean, that
Um,
aspect, he's not exactly wrong. I mean, even Iwata said, you know, the biggest competition in video games is other
well, yeah,
forms of
like
entertainment, right?
Hmm.
And with the rise of
sure.
TikTok, that's actually been the worst detriment. Like, why would you try to spend money on a video game system or a video game when you can just have endless TikTok content, air quotes, content for free?
Hmm.
Like, that's what the kids are doing these days, and it's mind boggling. Like, I cannot believe it. I go out and I just see people like on their phones, TikTok, just
Mhm.
and yeah. So I mean that
I
aspect
think a lot of the
is fine.
gaming part in this short term short like whatever, the video content stuff is actually like Roblox or Minecraft,
Yeah,
like people making content within that game
Sure.
and then putting it or whatever. So it's interesting how that's plays into it as well. But
but
basically, after reading that, it just sounds like he's like, I'm excited for PC gaming
He
because
seems
that's where we're
very
gonna
out
be.
of touch.
So, anyways, that's yeah, that's Microsoft for you. Sorry, Jim. He'll have to get on here and tell us what he thinks about that. But I think I think this has finally been breaking Jim as far as the Xbox rose-colored glasses. So,
he's in the acceptance phase.
yep. There's the stages. All right, Marvel Rivals. They are also getting into the Halloween spirit. And the first ever PvE mode, Marvel Zombies, is coming or
It's
came
out.
Yes,
to
it's out.
Marvel Rivals because this
And it
was news from last week.
and
So,
it
did you guys
basically
test it out at
saved
all?
the game.
I didn't try to,
Um,
yeah, but everybody is raving about it for the most part.
yeah, yeah. Big numbers. They're up. Um, People like it, and then they get frustrated on the harder
Yeah,
levels.
yeah.
I have not played it yet. I'm sort of along the same lines. I'm not a big PvE fan. I don't even know if I'm gonna do it at all, but um, it looks cool, I guess, for Halloween. So,
Cool. Yeah, no, it's cool. I love. We talked about Marvel Zombies before,
This was
so
one of my
yeah,
I'm
bold
excited.
predictions, I'm pretty sure. Just
more
yeah.
Nice.
importantly, it sets a precedent that they can do PvE stuff, and apparently it's pretty good, and they got a lot of players returning just for it.
Mhm.
So that's good.
Oh man, we should have mentioned this earlier when you mentioned Ninja Gaiden 4.
Mhm.
But the creator of Ninja Gaiden, unfortunately, Itagaki,
Yeah.
has passed away. He has also made Dead or Alive series. So, you know, our best wishes go out to his family and yeah, he made some cool games.
Yeah, he made some awesome games. It was definitely a shaker in the industry. It's really fascinating because like he did a lot of interviews back then, and like you just hear the stuff, and he kind of like did it as like a rock star, rock and roll kind of like I'm the best, you know, fuck my competition. Like I think Game Informer or one of the publications interviewed him about like his favorite games and then his least favorite games. It was like Tekken 1 through 4 or something like that. And like by the end, he's just like, "Well, why are you even talking about Tekken anymore?" Blah blah blah. But you know, it comes to pass that after all these years, like it was kind of like a joke. But he did it just because that was the only way his team and his game could stand out by like riffing on the competition there by like trying to be a shaker and a mover. So there's one story by the Bandai guy. Oh, shoot, what is his name? The guy in charge of Tekken. He revealed his story when he heard the news because he couldn't believe it. He's like, I can't believe you're gone. Like, you know, it just seemed like the other, you know, year we talked about stuff because they would still keep in touch and whatnot and go drinking sometimes at the conventions and stuff. So, you know, pretty sad he was fairly young, right? I think 50 something, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say,
Yeah.
but
I think I
super
read
young.
50 like one or something.
Yeah, super young. So, yep, pour one out for Itagaki.
yes, indeed. Let's move on to some good news this time, actually. And
Legitimate good
Battlefield,
news?
You
yeah,
think so?
for
Let's see.
well, this time for Battlefield 6 and Battlefield players, it's sold over 7 million copies in the first 3 days, breaking franchise records. So
Great
that's
news,
pretty impressive.
Saudi princess. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what I've played of Battlefield 6 is back to being the game I enjoyed, and so I'm very happy to see it be good. Hopefully, they
Wait,
can
you're playing
continue to
Battlefield
support
as
it.
well? So you're playing Borderlands, you're playing Ark, and you're playing this.
I mean, not really Battlefield, but you know, Borderlands is always gonna be
I
there. You
understand.
never know.
I understand.
But
You
yes,
plan on playing Battlefield some more when you get a little more
probably
time.
nah. I mean, not with Arc Raiders coming. There's no way I'm
Okay,
going back to that now.
interesting.
Yeah, let's and we as far as where we're playing games, Steam, obviously Microsoft has talked about that too. So Steam is where like they're doing a lot of gaming now, and Steam has crossed 41.6 million concurrent players. Its user base has doubled in the past 5 years, so that's pretty impressive. And it's not going anywhere. It's only going to grow. I mean, PC Master Race. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, you know, you don't have to worry about all this giving up and whatnot. The console companies and yeah, I mean, 5 years doubling. That is really good growth, even after the pandemic phase, because obviously
Mhm.
everybody rose with that tide. But
Yeah, and like to make games and put them out on Steam is a lot easier than to say Xbox, where you need a development kit for.
I'm sure a lot of
And
those users were kicked to the PC because of they being former Xbox people. Now
yeah,
this will
well,
happen some more.
yeah, I mean, well, like to develop for Xbox, you'd think you'd want to make it easy and cheap, but no.
No.
Xbox has
Margins, remember?
decided.
Margins is the future of
Exactly,
innovation.
the margins. Xbox, according to The Verge, Xbox dev kits are increasing price from $1,500 to $2,000. Oh, so the adjustment reflects microeconomic developments. We remain
Sure.
committed to providing high quality tools and support for our development effort,
Premium.
your development efforts.
High-end premium.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there could be a niche there, I guess, but no, if you're just gonna keep making things harder and harder, you're bumping it up 33%. That's just crazy.
yep.
Yeah.
It almost seems like intentionally just do the wrong thing at this point. Just make it so
But
that
what
no
does
one
sell?
has an Xbox
Pokemon.
ever again.
Pokemon sells. And
Yeah.
Pokemon Legends Z to A has sold 5.8 million units worldwide in its first week. About half of sales were on Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, it's a pretty good conversion. I got it. I just haven't played it because I'm fucking playing these other games. Like I swear, like the last 3 months of this year, just
All
everybody
just
decided to come
Wow.
out, which is
exploding.
crazy.
This is fall. Fall
Yeah.
releases, man. I'm behind now too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm getting to Yota anytime soon. So, there's no
Mm-hmm.
I
way.
was debating waiting for After Outer Worlds 2, which I plan on playing, which is
That's
had
coming.
a I mean the early access, which was funny enough, they like had a perk in that game if you bought a negative trait perk thing. That's part of the RPG aspects of that game where you take something negative that also has like a good side, and if you bought the early access, you would get the consumerism trait where you would get like uh discount somewhere but overcharge somewhere else or something. But it was funny because it's like, oh, you are brainwashed by marketing, here you go. But for normal people, it's out I think tomorrow. and got decent reviews, so I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I played the older one earlier this year again to refresh, so looking forward to that too. But right now I'm in the middle of Yotei, so I'll have to
Yeah.
get to that.
Don't Nod. I don't know who Don't Nod is.
Those
Um,
are the people who did the Life is Strange stuff.
Gotcha. Thank you, Mike, for pulling that out. I was trying to find it before. So Don't Nod and Netflix has signed development an agreement to create a new narrative game based on a major IP. Uh, would you say
I,
Stranger Things universe?
I don't know. I don't think they currently do Life is Strange anymore. I think some other company did, so I don't know if they have access to that. I don't know if the IP would be their like video game thing
I
or
would assume it
something
would be
else.
a Netflix IP. That's what I would assume.
Netflix grabs whatever they can, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
I don't know, but I expect it to be in the vein of, Life is Strange, some sort of
Right.
vaguely supernatural, probably like teen girl focused thing. Um, maybe. I mean that
Maybe it's
could just be
about
my
Barb and her body.
Barb's body. Yes, that's what it's gonna be called. Barb's body is strange.
Yeah. All right, and before we get into some sales numbers here, we had some bad news with Amazon gaming side. They are making significant cuts to its video game division as part of sweeping layoffs to eliminate more than 14,000 corporate jobs. So they're moving away from the MMOs like New World and gutting its Irvine and San Diego development studios.
I don't even remember what they were in before,
I mean, New
as far
World
as
was fairly successful and was
New World,
interesting.
Lost Ark. They were
You know,
doing a bunch of other stuff, like smaller things, but they tried, and just like Google
siphoning money.
and Microsoft now. I'll throw Microsoft in there now. You
Yep.
just can't buy success in the video game industry. You just can't.
Yep.
It's I don't know. Uniquely, maybe players are know when they're being bought out. I don't know. It's weird to say.
I mean, the thing is, you can buy successful things, but if you don't have the people behind
Well,
those
right,
successful things,
right, exactly.
those things just
Well, that's what I'm saying. All and even going back to the Activision thing, like all they cared about was the IP. I don't give a fuck
yeah,
about the teams and the people that make the games, but those are the people that you need, right? And then
right,
we look at
exactly.
modern games. We look at studios that were prestige studios that made prestige games years and years ago. Rocksteady, right?
Mhm.
BioWare, like those are still the same company name, but the people all left, and now we have. I'm sorry to say it, like worse games.
Right?
So
Don't be sorry. This is factual. I
I mean,
mean,
I don't want to
facts are
insult.
facts.
I don't want to insult people, but like, it's just the magic is
Objectively
gone.
worse game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it's unfortunate because I mean, there are a lot of people, hardworking developers that spent a lot of hours and time making these games, but they are not up to the quality of games prior. And
Yeah.
to the people, I mean, people have different skill sets, and like
Right, and
some
it's
people are really good at this, and some people are really good at that, and
right,
you
and I'm
lose
not going
that.
to solely blame them. A part of it's a lack of good leadership again, because all site, you don't have that many senior leads anymore to teach these
Mhm.
people how to, what they learned from Mass Effect 1 through 3, right, and stuff like that. You just like, we hope this works for Dragon Age. Like, okay, we're just gonna throw it against the wall, hope it sticks. Like, okay, well, good luck with that. Or you have the executives of Rocksteady that are like, yeah, we're gonna make
What?
a fucking multiplayer or not? Was it Rocksteady? With
Someone,
Suicide Squad. Uh,
yeah,
Well, Suicide Squad was
yeah.
Rocksteady, but
You maybe
it was
you maybe second
Rocksteady,
guessing this
but
myself. It's like we've
I
done
well, I
nothing but
know
single
because
player games. We're gonna work on a
mhm,
live service, multiplayer. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, what?
they still
yeah,
claimed that they wanted to do that, but also the like heads of the studio left in the middle of Suicide
right.
Squad
They're
and
like, yeah,
Justice
we
League.
never wanted to do this.
Well, no. Again,
Uh,
it goes
Yeah.
back to this is all cyclical. It goes back to the Xbox, Phil Spencer, Satya, and another thing. When the company, when the top part of the company says we are doing this, and right now I'll just say AI because that's the big buzzword. We're doing AI. You're gonna pitch a project that involves AI, so you get approved, right? They're
Yep.
like Warner Brothers, I forget the chief game officer says, hey, we want live service games. We want things that we can monetize for years and years, like FIFA, like NBA, like Madden, and all this other stuff, like Grand Theft Auto, like Fortnite. you got to pitch something that has that built in. Another single player, comic book video game isn't going to do that. Not saying what they did was great either, because that was obviously the wrong move, but they pitched it and it wasn't working. They left. That was the canary in the coal mine, and the rest is history. Yep.
Yep. All right, guys. We have come to the end of a month, essentially. And we always get the last month stuff. So we are at some sales numbers. So from August
For
31st
September?
to the beginning
Yes.
of October, October 4th. So basically September, like Mike said, we have some sales numbers. And number one was Borderlands 4, which is nice for me to see. People are having fun and buying the game. So that's cool.
Mhm.
And then we had Take Two, or not Take Two Entertainment, but NBA K2 26 was number two. EA Sports Football Club 26, three. Ghost of Yotai
Usual
was
suspects.
four.
Pretty good for
Uh,
that.
yeah, and then the other new ones we had Silent Hill F at seven. Sonic Racing, which you got, Mike, apparently, but not in this. But that was eight. Final Fantasy Tactics, which is amazing to see on this list in the top 10. It was number nine. NHL 26 got to 12. Digimon is 13, and Super Mario Galaxy 2 combo was number 14. Those are the new ones for the month of September. Then we had the year to date from January to the beginning of October here.
So
And NBA 2K 26, number one.
yeah,
Monster Hunter
always
Wilds was number
sells.
two. So, yeah. Oh, I mean these annual sports games always sell. Like we have Madden on here, we have the show on here, we have WWE on here.
Yeah.
So like every sports thing with a year on it will show up on this list.
Mhm.
What's new on this list? And we just said, but Borderlands 4 comes in at number three for the year. That's awesome. Uh, so just behind NBA and Monster Hunter, we have Borderlands 4. Football Club FC 26 is also new on this list at 15, and Ghost of Yotai debuts at 18 for the year. So good for those games. Anything stick out to you, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy Tactics getting up there on number 9 is pretty crazy. Like, I mean, I love that game, but I didn't think it had the kind of appeal that
Yeah.
would make the top 10 list. Especially when I think it's absent from the Sony and Microsoft lists. It ranked pretty highly on the Nintendo one, but whatever. So that's
I
cool. I mean,
wonder, like, do you think Magic helped a little bit there?
I would hope so. I mean, it certainly wasn't Final Fantasy 16 when that came out.
Yeah.
So
You know, cool. All right, guys. Well, that should do it for our Gamecast this week. Thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you getting this far. If you are still here, feel free and please actually like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can always join us live Tuesday nights. We usually start movie cast at 8 and then get into the Gamecast around 8:39, depending on how much news we got going on. So you can get those um, in live early because Gamecast comes out Thursdays, MovieCast comes out Wednesdays. Be sure to be there and leave us a comment. Be sure to get back to you guys when you do. So we will see you next week. We're out.
Halloween.